Every month, people in this country struggle to make enough money to cover their expenses. According to a recent study, 64% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, barely keeping up with expenses. This manner of living, characterized by relying solely on each paycheck, can indisputably be characterized as an undesirable way of life. In a world full of opportunities, and in a country often seen as very rich, living paycheck to paycheck means not realizing your full abilities. This financial state frequently equates to living in the present moment, where resources are only sufficient for the immediate time frame. If what I described sounds familiar, and you're tired of living this way, this video will give you helpful advice to escape the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. Before we begin, kindly give the video a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to our channel, so you won't miss out on life-changing content like this. Let's get started. Number 1. Begin a side hustle for instant earnings. We live in a time dominated by digital advancement, with numerous online enterprises and platforms. This world is closely connected, with many people working hard to reach their goals, often looking for the fastest way to get what they want. Consequently, one of the most effective avenues for generating additional income, potentially leading to long-term financial independence, involves initiating a side venture alongside your regular 9-to-5 job. To establish a foundation of financial stability, it's important to explore opportunities for cultivating multiple streams of revenue. While the saying suggests that an ordinary millionaire has 7 different income sources, you don't have to be a millionaire to create different income streams. Even generating a modest sum from various sources can be significantly more favorable than having just one income stream. Choosing to focus only on your job and waiting for a high salary isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, this way takes a lot of time and comes with the chance of losing your job in tough situations. On the other hand, many online freelance platforms provide a lot of chances. You can explore different tasks like copywriting, freelance editing and writing, web design, graphic arts, social media management, virtual assistants, and many other additional roles that are easily available. A quick search will surely bring up many chances for you to get involved. Basically, the modern online world gives you plenty of chances to increase your earnings. Taking advantage of these chances can give you extra money and also help you build a safer and more independent financial future. Number 2. Make a budget that prioritizes saving. Many people agree that managing your spending makes good sense, and among the most effective strategies to achieve this is by adhering to a budget. However, while this might seem like an obvious notion, it's not universally embraced. According to a study by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the average American household is now saddled with a staggering debt of over $101,915 as of the end of 2022. While a significant portion of this debt is categorized as good debt, such as a mortgage for a home, a considerable fraction can be attributed to lifestyle inflation. Interestingly, people often spend more than they can afford, and we'll talk about this more. One of the important steps you can take to break free from the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck is to take full control of your spending and decide to save some money. Create a detailed budget that carefully keeps track of all your spending. Make different sections in your budget for different things you spend money on, like groceries, rent, bills, transportation, entertainment, and other important things. After that, set aside some money for savings. Even if you start with a small amount of savings, it's important to begin this effort. As time goes on, you'll see your savings slowly grow, showing that your hard work is paying off. Number 3. Reduce your spending. Reaching your goal of financial freedom involves making smart choices, and although it may seem counterintuitive, one of the most crucial steps is to reduce your spending. Cutting back on spending means saving money on things you may not need to buy or use. The practice of spending every cent of your earnings is what contributed to your current situation in the first place. So, you need to be really disciplined and stick to your budget strictly. You might have heard the saying that small leaks sink big ships, and it's the same for your money. What you should do is find places where you're spending money unnecessarily, and stop doing that. A supremely effective approach to this end is meticulous tracking of your expenditures. In practical terms, this is more demanding than it may seem. However, if you patiently keep a close eye on what you spend for about a month, you can find where you're spending too much, and then change or stop those expenses. One of the best ways to save money is by making smart changes to how you live. This could mean reducing dining out occasions, choosing a cheaper car, or picking a more affordable place to stay. These changes will definitely free up money that you can put into savings. The less you spend, the faster you can break free from living paycheck to paycheck. While big changes to your lifestyle might not be possible right away, you can start by making small adjustments. Start by looking closely at the smaller things in your budget that you can cut back on. Maybe think about spending less on groceries, using coupons, or doing cheaper things for fun, like reading, which can improve your thinking skills. Number 4. Do not owe anyone anything, except love. As I said before, many people tend to spend money they don't actually have. This habit plays a big part in causing serious money problems for a lot of people. When debts accumulate, it can put you in a tough financial spot, making it really hard to escape the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. However, using debt wisely can actually help you achieve success and prosperity. Sadly, many people don't know how to use it properly. So, the best thing to do is to use it as little as you can. Every time you pay back money you owe, you're also giving away extra money as interest, which could have been saved instead. Over time, the added charges and fees from banks and other financial places slowly eat away a big part of people's money. Getting rid of debts is the most important step to have a life without financial worries. Unfortunately, many individuals struggle to rein in their desires and end up unknowingly getting tangled in this confusing web of money problems. Number 5. Understand your spending habits. More than just spending less, it's important to take a break and look at how you're spending your money. It's very important to really know where your money is going and to carefully watch how you spend it. Effectively, having a firm grasp on your financial outflows empowers you to exercise control over them. Starting this exploration, as mentioned before, can reveal hidden places where your money is leaking and depleting your resources. Armed with the knowledge of where your money is being directed, you are aptly positioned to address and rectify these financial leaks. As promising as these strategies may be, they can only be executed if you diligently track your spending. Without keeping a close eye on your spending, these goals cannot be reached. Number 6. Don't measure yourself by what others have. In an overtly materialistic society, which is true no matter where you are, many people struggle with this specific challenge. Everyone tends to care about what others think, their attire, possessions like cars and gadgets, residence, dining preferences, and even their social circles. However, it's important to remember that your own comfort and happiness should guide your choices. If you are genuinely comfortable with your lifestyle choices, it's a good idea to fully embrace those choices. While some people might judge or criticize you, most people deal with their own problems and care more about their own worries than picking on you. Getting into debt just to get temporary praise doesn't seem like a good exchange, because the stress of paying back loans is much harder than any short-lived praise or recognition. Number 7. Limit your credit card usage. Figuring this out can be a bit complicated, since many people often use their credit cards for everyday things and unexpected situations. I've seen lots of people using their credit cards for almost everything, and I see a lot of this with a few of my friends. When we're out shopping, if they want to buy something, they quickly take out their credit cards and swipe them without much thought. It makes sense why people feel this way, because credit cards are easy to use, convenient, and can even bring a little enjoyment. But what many people often miss is realizing that these transactions also come with added costs called interest. To break free from living paycheck to paycheck, it's really important to use credit cards less, because debts can pile up very quickly. The latest study from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York found that the average American household had $7,279 in credit card debt in December 2022, an increase of 12.5% from the average debt of $6,473 in December 2021. This substantial financial burden is undoubtedly one you would prefer to avoid. The best rule for using credit cards is to only use them when you have a real emergency. And number 8. Automate your savings. While it may seem like the last step, saving shouldn't be put last on your financial to-do list. Instead, it should have an important place, maybe even the most important. As soon as you get paid, it's smart to put at least 10% into a savings account that grows your money over time. I highly recommend implementing an automated system for this purpose, ensuring that as soon as your earnings are deposited, 10% is seamlessly transferred to your designated savings account. If you want to improve how you handle your money, think about going a bit further by getting involved in index funds or investing in stocks and bonds. This progressive move can potentially yield substantial benefits for your financial future. That concludes today's video. I hope it was informative and beneficial to you. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I welcome your feedback, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Lastly, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.